Re-rankers get expensive when they rescore the same pairs. Redis caching lets you keep the quality while avoiding repeated cross-encoder work. This is the workflow you'll know how to run when we're done, which caches cross-encoder scores and returns re-ranked results from Redis. I'm Professor Pi, teaching search and IR with simple Python. Imagine a question-answering layer sitting on top of a search engine. You retrieve a handful of candidate passages. Then you run a cross-encoder to rescore each candidate against the query. That rescorer gives the best quality, but it's slow and it costs money when the same query or query document pair shows up again and again. What we want is the cross-encoder's accuracy while avoiding repeated inference and latency. Redis fits nicely. Store pre-computed scores centrally, so many workers can reuse them without rerunning the expensive model. At a high level, compute strong cross-encoder scores once. Key them by query and document pair. Then read those scores on later requests, instead of invoking the model. The trade-off is freshness versus cost. Shorter TTLs reduce staleness, but also reduce reuse and savings. We'll build a compact pipeline to show the full loop. You'll see a cross-encoder score 3 passages to set a baseline. We'll count redundant requests, add an in-memory cache, persist that cache into Redis, and finally serve live re-rank traffic that checks Redis before calling the model. This stays small and testable while matching common retrieval patterns. Quick note: this code is designed to teach the core idea clearly. Library versions and local setups can vary, so check the official docs if your setup behaves differently. Now we score a single query against 3 passages to set a baseline. This snippet scores 1 query against 3 candidate passages using a SentenceTransformers CrossEncoder. It loads the pre-trained MS Marco reranker into model, builds a query string and a docs list, and pairs the query with each passage before calling model predict to get a NumPy array of scores. The code finds the index of the highest score, formats the result, and prints the top doc so you can see which passage the cross-encoder prefers. That becomes our baseline for measuring caching wins. We then simulate incoming requests that include duplicates to see wasted work. This example tallies repeated query document pairs, so you can measure how often the cross-encoder would recompute. It defines a request list with repeated interactions, uses counter to count each query doc tuple, and builds unique pairs for a single pass through model predict. Re-ranked once reports how many distinct scores you still had to compute, while repeat hits sums every redundant occurrence. The printed number shows how much wasted scoring caching could avoid. Next, we add a simple in-process dictionary to prove caching saves inference calls. This code upgrades a plain Python dict into a local cache for cross-encoder scores during the re-ranking loop. Score cache starts empty, and ranked collects pair score tuples. If a pair is new, the snippet calls model predict once, stores the float in the cache, and otherwise reuses the cached value instantly. Afterward, ranked is sorted by relevance, cache hits computes how many calls you avoided, and best score reads the top value. The printed cache hits shows the practical reduction in re-rank calls from this in-memory cache, and prepares the data will persist to Redis. The in-memory cache proves the idea, but it is not shared across processes. Next, we persist those cache scores into Redis. This snippet uses redis-py to persist the warmed cross-encoder scores into a real Redis instance. It connects to Redis on localhost with decode responses, so floats round trip as parsable strings, calls flushdb to reset the lab state, and then serializes each query doc pair from score cache into JSON before storing the formatted score. The code retrieves one stored entry to confirm the round trip, and uses db size to count how many unique scores now live in Redis. The printed Redis keys and cached score verify that Redis holds your pre-computed scores and is ready for shared reuse across workers. Finally, we wire Redis into the live reranker, so the system checks cache first and calls the model only on misses. This example serves reranking traffic by checking Redis first and only invoking the cross-encoder on cache misses. Misses and score total track service metrics, while the loop encodes each pair as JSON to reuse the same Redis keys. The Walrus assignment fetches cached entries in one step. When it returns none, the snippet calls model predict, sets the value with setx and a 120-second TTL, and increments misses. Longer TTLs increase reuse, but risk staler scores. Cached hits cast the stored string back to float before adding to score total, so every request still contributes to the running average. The printed cache misses and AVG score show how much live traffic needed expensive inference, and the overall relevance you delivered. In a real deployment, you would warn Redis from offline reruns or a background process. Then point all workers at that common store so they avoid duplicate scoring across replicas. That keeps the pattern production relevant while staying small enough to test. Recap: cache cross-encoder scores when the same query document pairs recur, so you keep reranker quality without redoing expensive inference every time. It works well for repeated traffic, but pick TTL and key granularity carefully. Long TTLs can serve stale relevance if content or models change. Next step: scale this setup by running it against a larger corpus and add timing and accuracy checks to measure latency and re-rank quality at scale. If short, practical IR helps, subscribe and watch the IR videos.